Okay. Race by me, Parashar Bharadwaj. So my goal in this project was to make a 2D racing game that I could play with some AI, and I wanted to be able to choose different cars and choose different usernames and kind of customize my experience, I guess. So my design was mostly focused on like the different car options that I wanted, which I made through the Pithcal website, which let me make these different colored cars. So I had a red, blue, green, and purple car. So one of the things I built was the tile map, which is the track which the cars would race on. And I did this by using these small tiles, these little squares, to make this huge track that I made that the cars would race on. Program. So here's some of the program. So this is specifically the move script for the player car. So once you choose that car and you check alt control, which lets you move. So whichever key that you're pressing in that direction, it'll move that way for you. So this script just basically explains that, and it allows that to be possible. Test. So throughout this game, like the class and we continuously tested it to make sure that certain sections of the game worked. But we couldn't test the whole thing, obviously, because we didn't have it finished. But near the end, when everything was almost finished, I tested it around 15 times to make sure that everything worked properly. So rethink. If I had more time or if I had other options to other things to do, I would have added bikes to use in the game as well, like motorcycles, in order to just make it more customizable. Also, I would have liked to make another map to race in, like using the tile palette. And then lastly, I would have liked to make a multiplayer option where I could play with like my friends who are on different devices in like different areas and just play together in the same lobby. So play. Now I'm just gonna show the game. So when you first start, you see the screen. This is like the title screen, which lets you choose your different color cards. So I'll choose green in this case, and then I choose my username, which is just my name. And so it gives you this small text that tells you what to do exactly. And you click next, and you click host to like host the game with 3 other AI. Go here, and then you click ready, then you start the game. So the camera follows you throughout the game. There are different speed boosts through these arrows that let you go faster and faster. So yeah, that's basically the game. And then in the top right, there's a timer that says 12. That's how many seconds has passed. And then there's also the number of laps that you've finished. So yeah, that
Are
was
you planning?
basically
Are you planning to make the that UI bigger or better? Is it just numbers, like small numbers?
yeah. I probably will change it and like make it more appealing and just look nicer, I guess. Maybe even
Okay,
add some other aspects to it.
I see. Okay, can you show us the actual Unity and the game engine?
Yeah. So this is the Unity like platform that I was able to make the game in. So the title screen, which would be over here, you have to open a different scene. That would be here. It's opening. Okay, so it looks like this, and then from here it goes to the next screen, I guess, which is panel 2, which allows you to join or host a game. And then after that, you would go to the lobby, which is like where you would say that if you're ready or not to play. And then you go here and click these buttons, and then it would show your name. And if you're not ready, it would show it in red. And then when you click ready, it would show it in green. And it would show the different card the color of the card that you chose in here as a preview. And
Hmm.
then we finally go to the track, which is the game scene where you would play. And then this is where you would play. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. What was one of the biggest challenges you had with making this game?
One of the biggest challenges was probably like taking care of all the nuances that I would have to deal with, like the small parts of the game that wouldn't matter that much in the whole game, but matters in making the game work properly. Like one of the examples of that was like the text that we had to work on with today. The text would keep moving and then it wouldn't look as nice. So like changing those little aspects of it, this is small stuff would make it a bit more complicated than it would be. than usually making some other projects.
Okay. And what's a big take home that you learned out of this project regarding multiplayer, the networking components?
The networking, I guess it was really fun to make, and it's not, and like the way that big video game like companies make it, it's kind of impressive how they can do that. While this took us like weeks and maybe like a couple of weeks and just to make a small game where we could play with like 3 AI. It just was interesting to see how much work it would take.
Okay, perfect. Does anyone else have any questions?
I do. So approximately how many lines of code and how many hours actually you spent both in and in the class and then on your own?
Lines of code, I don't really know how to see that, but I can tell you how many scripts there were. There were quite a few scripts. There was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like there were like 13 scripts. So it was a lot of coding.
You
And
can,
then
I think you can click on one of them and you can see on the inspector. Like you can just do a preview on the inspector. Yeah, right there. See, it's already. Yeah.
mhm. So yeah, it would look like this. This is one of the shorter ones.
Mm.
Some of the longer ones would look like this, which would be pretty long. Like the move script would be pretty long too. So
Okay.
yeah, what was the
Um,
second question?
oh,
Oh, how many
how
hours,
many
right?
total hours? And then while okay, also finish up this video. We need to see your view. So enable your video, please, as part of this recording.
Wait, my video? Sorry, I don't, what do you mean?
You,
Your camera.
you
Oh,
speaking.
my camera. Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll turn it on. Okay.
Uh,
Is it showing? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it is.
Hmm.
Okay. So that's me, I
very
guess.
good.
So the second question was the hours. So
Yeah.
we would spend 2 hours in every class, and this was so that would so and we spent like a couple classes, but outside of the class, I would spend maybe like 15 minutes or 20 minutes after every class to like tweak some stuff that I didn't like that I made during the class. Like while we were making the maps, I would spend a lot of time editing and changing it to make it look nicer and just adding different like effects, I guess. And then yeah, and then with the text and all the different borders and just the aesthetic, by myself, I would work a lot on the aesthetic and how it would look.
All right. Thank you.
All right. So, any more questions, guys? Gavin or
Benjamin.
Benjamin?
No, you did a pretty good job. Yeah,
All right.
good explanation.